Hi, this is Lindsay, one of the co-hosts of Beauties and Headcanons. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Jessica Hammer, co-host of Crowned and Dangerous here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Crowned and Dangerous, where Maddie and I talk about all things pageant related, especially our experiences in the Miss America organization. A new show comes out bi-weekly, every other Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Crowned and Dangerous. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Getting to know you and getting to know God are the same thing. Good morning. Welcome to Choose to Rise. Welcome to Public House Media. I am so glad that you're here with me today. I'm so blessed and honored that you've decided to push play or you've decided to listen in on your way to work or wherever you're headed. This is an amazing opportunity for me to be able to come share my heart and my mind and little things that have just kind of been placed on my heart by God. And I am so glad that you are here with me and sharing the moment with me. I have really been on a journey the last 3.5 years. We've been really working on improving myself and improving my mindset, improving my body, and improving just life in the whole. And really part of that is like getting to know who you are, getting to know who your story is, getting to know who you are and what you're made of, so that if you don't know it, you can't do anything about it, right? And so my church right now has been going through this perfect series called Known. And I want to bring to you today one of the pieces, one of the sermons, and just kind of chunks of it, like not the whole thing, obviously, but really the highlights of it. And it's called Knowing Your Story. And when you know your story, you can do something about it. If you're unhappy with where you're at, if you're unhappy with how things have gone in your life, you get to rewrite your story. You get to know who you are and know where God's taking you. And when you get to know Him better and get to know yourself better, life just seems to align and you can go a lot farther. Now, I also want to do a little shout out here it's a new month. It's a new October. Today is October 1st when I'm recording this. It's a Monday. It's the beginning of the month. It's beginning of new opportunities. And I just want to give a major shout out to the women who are starting in my Together We Rise group. They are rocking it so already. Like, I checked in with them right before I got on here, and they are already pushing play on their workouts. They're already taking care of themselves. They're already diving into the personal development. We are reading The Happiness Advantage, this book right here. And it is so good. Like, you can make yourself happy. You get to decide your decisions. You get to decide the path you want to take in life. And you can either decide to, focus on the negative, or you get to focus on the positive. Focus on who God made you to be, or focus on the worldly things around you that are dragging you down. And so today I want to give you 4 little tips, or 4 little pieces that are going to help you get going in your story, get to know who you are, get to know who God made you to be, so you can live your life as absolute best. And that's our whole mission here, is to help you rise up out of your current struggles and live your best life. And you can't really live your best life unless you know the life that you're living, right? And so if you are interested in jumping into Together We Rise, if you're kind of feeling left out and that you've got some, you want to know more about it, I would love to share with you. Registration is open right now for our November group. And I'm really excited to see the growth and the happiness and all of those things. Like, I have this card in front of it that says, "My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe." And that is so true. Like, when you are connected and in alignment with who God made you to be, and when you're trying to be yourself and not trying to be somebody else, life just is so much easier, because you don't have to fake it. You don't have to try to be somebody else. You can just be in one with who God made you to be, and you'll know your story and know who you are and be able to be confident in that. And life is just easier when you do those things. So we're getting to know ourselves better. We're learning how to be happy. We're learning about how to take care of ourselves and all of those things. And if that's something that interests you, shoot me a message. Let's get you connected. Let's get you involved. Let's get you on the path of moving forward and rising up out of your struggles and living your best life. So like I said, registration for November is open already, and I would love to get you involved. And hey, if you want to just get involved right away and get the book and jump in here in October, all the better, right? Okay. We're just getting started today, and I'm so proud of them. But let's get to know you, right? Let's get to know you. The 4 things that are knowing your story, the 4 tips of how, you can, when you know God and you know yourself, is like knowing yourself and knowing God. It's the same thing. He created you as a perfect being. He makes no mistakes. And so if you are struggling, if you are not where you want to be in life, if you are, really trying to figure out who or what he's doing with you, get into your story, get into your past, reflect, learn, grow, and really kind of and build on yourself here. So number 1, he invites us to learn who we are. We are a product of our past. Okay. We are a product of our past, and you learn your values. You've learned your way of life. All of those things have shaped you into who you've become. Your past is a part of who you are, but it doesn't necessarily have to define your future. You get to decide, of all the things that have shaped you and all the things that have led you to this point, if you get to take them into your future or not. You get to decide if the things of your past, of the negative things that have happened to you, or the positive things that have happened to you, you get to decide if those are the things that you're going to do going forward. Now, you can use those. You can learn all of the things about you. You can learn more about why you do the things you do, the way your parents raised you, the way your grandparents influenced you, that maybe something happened in your childhood, maybe something happened as an adult, maybe something, as who you are. But when you get to know your story and you're invited to learn about yourself, and you learn who you are and what has shaped you and what you've become, then you can decide if you carry those things with you or not. You get to decide if those are the things that you take along. In Philippians 3:4-6, he's basically saying, I was trying to be a good person. I was trying to do what I needed to do, and I did all the things right. I was following the rules. I was following the letter to the law. I was doing what I needed to do. And then I encountered Jesus, who said, just follow me. And you don't have to follow the rules. You just have to follow me and believe in me, and then you go forward in a positive way. Own who you are, and not trying to be somebody else, try somebody else's rules in life, and just love God. We are the recipients of God's sovereign grace, and when we look back and see where God showed up in our lives, then we can see where we are supposed to be going. And, number 2 says, helps us, the past helps us see our destiny preparation moments. When we really go back and look, like, I know I can go back and look in my life and see, this is where God showed up for me. This is where, people were blessing. This is where people are working in a way that is going to help me be my best. I can look back into my world and into my past and see, this is where God showed up for me here in high school. This is where God showed up for me here in college. This is where God showed up for me as a young adult, as a young woman. These are the people that God's placed in my life to help me move forward in a way. Like, moving here to our hometown now was a huge God moment, right? Okay, so let's just share this little story with you. I was applying for jobs. I just got my second master's, and I was working at a school, and I decided, I'm just going to randomly apply to this position that I had here at this school. And I applied in like 20 minutes. Like, I didn't think about anything. I didn't try to overthink the application or the essay questions or anything. I literally applied in 20 minutes, like 3 essay questions and the whole thing. It wasn't perfectly well done. It was just done. And I did it, and I sent it off, and then all of a sudden I got a phone call for an interview. And then we lived in a very tiny town, less than 500 people. We had a house to sell. We had all these things. Our house in a small, tiny town of 500, I used to say 500 old people, when our house sold in 12 days. And when we moved here, there's this big, massive storm that happened. And then in July of that year, and it pretty much ruined our house that we lived in, and it ruined a lot of the town that we live in now. And so we were super afraid that the lady was going to back out of the house sale where we were at. We were going to be stuck with this place, and we were an hour and a half away, or we were going to be, have to have 2 mortgages, or we weren't going to find a place in our new town. Lots of fears going on. But we got, thankfully, our family swooped in, our friends swooped in, our insurance was amazing, and we got our house fixed up there, and she stayed in it, and it was a good thing. We came here and we found this place, and we were able to get in early, which was awesome. My husband found a job, randomly stopped at a school district kind of halfway in between, and just decided to drop off his application and say, hey, I'm here, I'm looking for a job, whatever. And the lady was like, well, we don't have any openings. And he was like, that's okay. I just wanted to drop off my information. I think he did that like on a Thursday, and like Monday they called him and said, hey, we do have an opening, and we would like to interview you. Right? So total God moments here. Okay. One, I got a higher paying job, applying within 20 minutes. 2, our house sold in 12 days. 3, everything came through for the whole storm. 4, he got a job within 3 days of applying when there was no position open, and then just getting a call for an interview and getting the job. And just all of these things, like so much of this stuff. And we got into this house early, which was so good because we had to be out of that house and then get into this house before the school year started. And so it was just so many God moments right there, just in that one story and just that one piece of my life. And when I think about all the rest of the things that have happened, like when you go back and look at your life and you look at all the coincidences that happen in your life, those are the moments that God is preparing you for your destiny. Those are the things that God is encouraging you, or he's taking action in your life, or he's guiding you, or he's putting experiences in your life so that you can go forward and do better things in your world. And I know that we would not be the same people if those things wouldn't have been fallen into place. And so the third thing get to know your story is when it provides you the possibility for change. And so Philippians 3:7-14 says, I look back and put my trust in him. I encountered Jesus and I changed everything for me. For me to join Christ and to hear the goodness and to start over again is to really move forward and not let the past define you, but basically use the past to determine how you're going to move forward. If you weren't happy with where things were, make a change. If you weren't happy about how things are going in that direction, go a different way. If you use the past to, learn from and not define who you need to be. Knowing your story can take you to the good, and it can take you way off into the other world. If you focus on the negative, that's what you're going to get in your life. If you focus on the positive, that's where you're going to go. And the fourth one says, allows us to share our redemptive work in Christ. And so if you can know who you are, and you can learn to make decisions based on where you've been, he invites us to learn who we are so we can understand where we come from, where we've been. He helps us to see how he's shown up in our lives. He provides a possibility for change, meaning he is giving you the opportunity to make a different choice in your world. And the fourth one, he says, allows us to share our redemptive work in Christ, sharing our story with other people, which is what I get to do here every single day. And I'm so excited to be able to share my journey, share my story, inspire other people to take action and do something different with their life. Sharing your heart and your mind and how Christ has impacted you can help other people see how he's impacted them. And when we can share the love and share the story that Christ has done for you so that others can see and know more about him, that is winning. That is sharing the blessings and sharing the opportunities. And when you can know that who he shaped you into be is to inspire and help other people, life is so much better. And so, then there's really, that was just one piece of it. And so I hope that you go check out orchardhillchurch.org and go to the piece where it says the current series, and you can listen to all 4 of them. But this one is called Known. And if you can see this, I know you're in your podcast version, you can't see it, but this is the graphic. It's called Known for orchardhillchurch.org. And I hope that you go check out all 4 of the series. This was number 3, but getting to know who you are in your story, getting to know who is God, who am I, and what does God want me to do in my life. When you can learn those things, you'll be able to be better aligned and better prepared to go out and do great things in this world. Rise up out of your current struggles and live your best life because you're aligned with him. You're aligned with the purpose and the passions and the things that he's put inside of you to go do. So I hope something has spoke to you this morning. I hope that you have been so inspired this morning to learn who you are, see where God's shown up for you in this world, and share that with other people, and move in the direction of who he's made you to be and who he's created you to be, to go out and do more things. So, if this has spoke to you at all, I hope it has. I hope that you are encouraged and enlightened today. I hope that you are able to move forward in a positive direction. I hope that you're able to start this month off fresh, start this week off fresh, and really go out and be amazed, and go share your story and inspire other people. Be encouraged to be an encourager. And Choose to Rise is always looking for new sponsors. We're always looking for new people to help us spread the mission and spread the joy of who God's made us to be. And so if you know a product, or you know a program, or you know a company that aligns with what Choose to Rise is all about, I highly encourage you to reach out to them and share with us, or share with us and we'll reach out to them. We're always looking for new support and new help. And if you know of somebody, or you yourself want to support Choose to Rise and help us as Public House Media share more and be more and get our voice out to more people in this world, I would be greatly, greatly appreciated. And even if you can't sponsor, or you're not interested in sponsoring, the least you can do, the best thing that you can do is just share Choose to Rise with somebody else. Word of mouth, sharing the message, sharing the journey by taking a screenshot and sharing on your social media, or going down to the bottom corner and hitting the share button there to share it off to someplace is so appreciated, and would be such a wonderful blessing to us as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have a fabulous start to your October. I hope that you have a wonderful start to your week, and I'll let you know that I will also be traveling this week. I get to go to a leadership conference out in Las Vegas. And so Wednesday I'll be traveling, I'll be on a plane. But I do hope to get my podcast in, my live video in with you here before I get on that plane. So I'll be coming at you live from the airport. And then Friday I'll be coming live to you from Las Vegas. So it's an amazing leadership retreat that I earned for being like the top 0.1% of our company. And I am just so blessed and honored to be able to go there and do those things. But I still want to be able to come live to you and share with you. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you for jumping on, Christy and Kathleen. I really appreciate it. And those of all of you that listen and share this message, I really appreciate it as well. I'd also like to do a listener of the week. And so if you are leaving comments, if you are leaving a review on Apple iTunes, I would love to go grab those and share with, or if you're sending me messages of what you love about Choose to Rise, I would love to share with the rest of the world how you appreciate and just shout you out, because I could not be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, and I wouldn't be sharing here if it wasn't for something that you guys have loved and continue to share the message. So thanks so much, and I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you all soon.